Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm fresh out of the gym here at Fitness Evolution, the gym that I go to. It is my day off. I'm all kinds of fired up because I feel like I can get back into my routine. Maybe that means making more videos with the kids being in school and not being out for summer, and having more time to do things that I like to do with myself. So we'll see what goes on with that. But hopefully I'll go from here, I'll drive across the street to the Burger King and I'll pick up a Whopperito and see what that's all about. Hopefully they'll have them. They are brand new, but coming fresh off of SUMMERSLAM. I am winded. Oh, good God. Feel like I just ran through the doors at Access. But coming fresh off the end of SummerSlam, everybody now wants to be talking about, Brock Lesnar and Chris Jericho and the backstage scuffle that happened as Chris Jericho was worried about Randy Orton and what was going on inside of the ring. He approached the backstage area at Gorilla, where Triple H, Michael Hayes, Vince McMahon, and others sit and watch the show and direct it from backstage. Chris Jericho approached Michael Hayes, asked if that was supposed to be the finish. Apparently, all of Brock Lesnar's matches, finishes, and everything that goes on is all supposed to be, kept sort of secret. They want it to almost be like it's a real fight out there. You got to think that, of course, Randy Orton knew that he was going to get his ass kicked the way that he got his ass kicked. I'm not the biggest Randy Orton fan, but you got to pat the guy on the back. I knew going into this match that there was really going to be nothing in this for Randy Orton, besides for the fact that now it looks like he is one hell of a trooper who will take one for the team. Randy has always been a guy backstage who, he's never really had a lot of friends. Everybody knows the story about him pooping in the Divas bag. Forget what that chick's name was, and stupid shit like that. The stuff that got him suspended after WrestleMania. WrestleMania was that where he got suspended? WrestleMania 20, I think it was, when Mysterio won the belt. They suspended him, but they had to have him wrestle at WrestleMania because he was in the main event. So his suspension started the night after WrestleMania, or something like that, for stupid shit that he was doing backstage. And he talked about that and Evolution of the Predator and the things that went along with that. How he's a new man now. He's got kids. Of course, in that movie, he was talking about his wife, who's since then divorced and now moved on in a different direction. But, wow. I mean, Randy really did get his ass kicked. And Jericho was worried about what was going on in there. He thought that maybe Brock Lesnar was taking liberties with Randy and beating him up a little too much. And apparently, when Jericho wasn't given the answers to the questions that he was asked, he said that that was bullshit. And that was right when Brock Lesnar came through the curtain, and he thought that Chris Jericho was having words about the match, and I guess he thought that it was about the match that he had just had. Brock, apparently being proud of his match, stood up to Jericho, who Jericho didn't back down. Of course, everybody knows about the backstage scuffle that Jericho has had in the past. He's never been one to back down from any fight, even from a guy like Goldberg, who they had a hair-pulling match in WWE backstage when Goldberg had a short run there, when Jericho tried to get something started with Goldberg back in WCW. Goldberg never really wanted anything to do with it. WWE wanted to build upon the sort of legendary feud that these guys have had. And when they were put into some sort of an angle together, it didn't work out well, and they fought backstage. Jericho went toe-to-toe with the biggest, baddest bull in the yard, that being Brock Lesnar, and apparently is getting a lot of pats on the back for not stepping down to Brock and actually moving him around. The fight had to be broken up by Triple H, and of course after that, Brock Lesnar had more words from Jericho. Jericho didn't back down a second time before starting the scuffle again. From there, Vince McMahon had to break up the fight, yelling, "It's a work, it's a work," trying to get Jericho to calm down, which to me, honestly, is the best part of the story. And, of course, Jericho, I think in the weird world of WWE being led by Vince McMahon as well as Triple H, I know that they don't want guys starting backstage scuffles, but, you know, Jericho was put in the main event of Monday Night Raw the next night. It's almost like because he had the guts to stand up to Brock Lesnar, I know that he did the job in the main event, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho gets put into the title picture somewhere down the line. Almost like the night that Jericho and Hurricane Helms got arrested. I believe it was in Kentucky for getting in the fight in the back of a taxi cab. Of course, Hurricane Helms got released because of it, and Jericho won the World Heavyweight title on the next pay-per-view. So, I mean, that is the weird world of WWE. Wouldn't be surprised if Jericho gets some sort of, I guess we'll say, reward out of this. He's not going to be in the Fatal 4-Way, but hell, who knows? I mean, maybe Kevin Owens wins the championship on Sunday and they turn Jericho babyface and he's the first guy to go after Owens in the championship. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing in the world. So we'll have to see what goes with this one. But the backstage scuffle between Jericho and Brock Lesnar will be something that I'm sure we will talk about for years to come.